President Barack Obama has defended his decision to trade 5 Guantanamo Bay detainees in exchange for the release of Army Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl. The case has reignited the debate about whether exchanging prisoners is a good idea to begin with. CCTV's Jim Spellman has more.
Several soldiers who served with Bergdahl have come forward to claim the then 23-year-old walked off his post, deserting the U.S. Army and putting his comrades in harm's way as they spent months searching for him.
The general feeling was that he deserted us and walked off and left us. The facts on the ground were he left his weapons and equipment, took minimal supplies, and walked off to either join the Taliban or do something else. Only he can answer that question.
Bergdahl is still at this military hospital in Germany. The Pentagon will investigate the circumstances of his capture as his recovery continues. Speaking in Poland, President Obama responded.
With respect to the circumstances of Sergeant Bergdahl's capture by the Taliban, we obviously have not been interrogating Sergeant Bergdahl. He is recovering from 5 years of captivity.
Also raising eyebrows?
I'm the father of captured U.S. soldier Bowe Robert Bergdahl. These are my thoughts. I can remain silent no longer.
Who critics say may sympathize with the Taliban. In this 2011 YouTube video, he thanked his son's captors.
We know our son is a prisoner and at the same time a guest in your home.
Robert Bergdahl learned Pashto, Dari, and Arabic in an attempt to communicate with his son's captors.
I'd like to say to Bowe right now, who's having trouble speaking English, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Zayabayem.
And in a tweet to a Taliban spokesman a few days before Bowe's release, he wrote, "I am still working to free all Guantanamo prisoners. God will repay for the death of every Afghan child. Amen." He deleted the tweet after his son was released, fueling speculation that he was covering up sympathies for the Taliban. And at a news conference over the weekend, he spoke of his son's commitment to the Afghan people.
I'm so proud of how far you were willing to go to help the Afghan people. And I think you have succeeded.
President Obama also faces criticism over the terms of the prisoner swap.
The problem that I have and many others have is what we paid for that release, and that is releasing 5 of the most hardened anti-American killers, brutal killers.
And the possibility that they could come back to haunt the U.S., participating in future attacks, something President Obama admits could happen.
Is there the possibility of some of them trying to return to activities that are detrimental to us? Absolutely. That's been true of all the prisoners that were released from Guantanamo.
Former Guantanamo Bay prosecutor, retired Air Force Colonel Morris Davis, says emotions surrounding the case have quickly overtaken the facts.
I think it's become politicized. It's not really a question of right and wrong. It's how can you spend this to support your particular position in the current environment.
He urges caution until all the facts are known. The U.S. Army is launching a fresh investigation into the capture of Sergeant Bergdahl and his time in custody, but they say regardless of the findings, this prisoner exchange was the right thing to do because the window of time to make the deal was closing, and even if it is determined that Bergdahl deserted, the U.S. military ethos demands that every soldier be brought back home. Asiye?
Jim, so many questions for Bergdahl. Have Army investigators been able to talk to him?
Not yet. They say he's still too fragile physically and mentally to be questioned. When that time does come, it will likely be by the U.S. Army CID, Criminal Investigation Command. He will also probably be given a military lawyer to have there at his side when he's questioned, Asiye.
All right. Thank you so much, Jim Spellman.